Hello, my name is GregTech, and welcome back to our GregTech New Horizons Season 2. Now, I have just been attempting to craft up an export bus, and we are finding more and more things that have changed. One reason is our aluminum recipe has changed. Before we were doing alumina dust with some carbon in a blast furnace, and it was 2 alumina, 1 carbon, and gave us 3 aluminum ingots. Well, that has been nerfed, it appears. Now it is 10 alumina, 3 carbon, gets you 4 aluminum ingots. That is apparently the same ratio as if you just turn this into aluminum dust. I don't know if it's like slower. I'm pretty sure that was not 60 seconds. But yeah. So basically, every 5 alumina, you get 2 aluminum dust, whether you do it this way or you turn it into aluminum dust first. What is this recipe? Yeah, it's a little bit, no, it's the same. Same, yeah, same time. I think the other one uses more power though, right? Is that what I'm... Yeah, it uses way more EU. Unless you're doing one of the, like, fancier gases, but we would just have nitrogen. So I have gone ahead and turned that anyway. That recipe was like, I was having an issue with it anyway with the way I've set up the blast furnace. But all right, so that is turned to that. Now I was going to turn all my alumina dust into using an export bus. I was just going to throw it on there and let this just turn all the alumina directly into aluminum dust. But I went to craft up an export bus and I found out something has changed, and that is the silicon wafers. Apparently, silicon now has a processing chain. Before, it was just the raw silicon plates, but now there is another one. So I was trying to figure out why the silicon plates weren't working in the forming press, and there is no longer that recipe. It is this silicon solar grade stuff is how you get the printed silicon. So we're gonna have to get that. Now I have been trying to figure out how to get it, and it's a little bit of, it's not a big chain, it's quite small, but there is that. Now there also is ore. Unfortunately, there is something, because when I try to click on that to get where it drops what tier it is, we get an error. I think it may be a tier 5. I could be wrong though. It might be outdated, but I think it is I think it's a tier 5 planet, which that's a long way away for us. I did see silicon ore on Oberon from the spreadsheet, but I don't know if has changed. So we are going to have to do this process. Now, basically, we just mix it with another chemical reactor recipe. Basically, we mix it with actually, is that might be actually, that's an easier recipe than I thought it was going to be. I thought it was going to be a big to do. All right. Well, that was actually easier than I thought it was going to be. I thought, and I don't know if this is, would this be better if we did, this is the recipe I was looking at. I thought we were going to have to do. But now that I'm looking, we can just do this directly into that. All right. Well, I was way overcomplicated that. Yeah, I thought we were going to have to get this and then turn this into silicon, but now that I'm looking at it, I think it's easier just to mix it with chlorine and then you mix it with sodium. All right. And there's that. Oh, yeah, that's not too bad. Is that too... Let's see, would that be 2 or 1? Yeah. Oh, you can actually mix it with other stuff. Didn't know that. Well, look at that. You can do all sorts. There are a few ways to get this. I don't know if... I don't think that... I mean, I would have to do, like, the math on this, but I'm like, is this... I don't think that's a more efficient way than just crafting up silicon. Chloride. Anyway, we will get that set up. I think I need 2 of them. But I guess we'll do that. I'm just thinking, I'm like, can I craft this up without... I might not be able to craft this up without doing this manually. Oh, I need to change this. Let's change this recipe. So we'll do... No, we'll do that to that. Just random. That... I'm like, that's a regular plate. Forming press is that, obviously. Just... We can't craft up an inscriber. I mean, if I need to do that manually, just until I can get the chemical reactors up, I could do that. I don't know. Let me throw this over here. I just don't know if I have all the stuff that we need, like the plates and the interfaces and the P2P and all that stuff. Although I could just set them up and then manually do it, and then hook everything up with AE. That's probably the easiest way. Because I'm pretty sure if I do... Yeah, I can just do that. That doesn't require AE stuff. Okay, so I'll get that going. And then, yeah. Oh, I just realized I haven't sorted that out yet. That's right. I don't know. We'll see if stuff clashes. It looks like it's clashing. With, that would be stainless steel. So, we'll see what goes wrong here. But man, not having this working is... That is a nightmare. I think what it's doing is turning... If I remember correctly, that is turning the iron and the nickel into... I think it's turning the nickel into Invar. With that recipe. So I'm gonna do this and throw it in there until I can get that sorted. I'm like, obviously something didn't... Yeah, alright. So there's the stainless steel. I'm gonna have to redo that. And we'll probably just do it in a regular mixer. There we go. Yeah, as we can see, it mixed the iron and the nickel because the... Oh, I totally forgot to put that stuff back in the A system. And that needs a 2. Where did my mixer go? Right here. There we go. There's actually a 2 on there. I could actually throw the stainless steel in that. I'm just noticing I actually have a mixer with a 2. I can just throw it in there. Because that one was clashing before as well. Okay, so I think we got that. We will set up the chemical reactor for that stuff. Now I also did hear that the cables recipe has changed. It sure has. I don't remember what that was before, but that's definitely not what it was. That, I'm pretty sure is... I think that's the same. Oh, hello. This stuff has changed. Isn't this the one? Yeah, crafting interfaces only. That's really cool if you're trying to put things in there. Ooh, an invalid pattern. That's kind of cool, too. Alright, something's... Neutron reflector. Oh no, why are those invalid? No, I don't want to know. Why is the fluid extractor invalid? Alright, well, I guess we'll pull these out. That's really cool. Well done with the invalid pattern. Being able to close out. Alright, something has changed with the heat exchangers and stuff. Don't know why. Maybe it's that. I don't. Honestly, I don't remember. We'll have to. Silver, copper, aluminum thing. I don't know. But what was I? I totally forgot. What was I trying to do? I totally have forgotten what I was searching originally for. Okay, anyway, let me remember what I was doing. I totally lost track of what I was trying to do. And we'll be back. Okay, I remembered. It was the cables. I was like, I totally just drew a blank there. Alright, so originally we had to do the covered cable. But it looks like the smart cable, the new recipe, skips that. We don't have to do that, but it does require molten conductive iron. Oh, and it requires a circuit. It now requires a circuit. It's only 1 to 4. But yeah, that wasn't a thing before. Alright. I mean, that's not... At this point, that's not too bad. Okay, there is this Eddy MV circuit too. I don't know... Is that... Also, apparently... Like, typing any doesn't bring it up. Weird. MV circuit. Is this just for... I wonder if this is just more for, like, AE. Like, do I just set it to do that? That way it just knows, kind of thing? I don't know. Because that actually doesn't pop up with that. But if we do look at something that requires this, it does kind of cycle through them. Alright, well, I guess we'll set it, and then I need conductive iron, too, the way I have this. Wow, I've never set this up. I've always just turned that into other things. I've never actually used conductive iron. That's funny. Alright, hold on. Pull that out. I do need a recipe for this. Alright, let's try this again. Except, of course, I can just do... What am I talking about? I can just... I don't specifically need conductive iron to make the recipe. I can just do this. I can find it. Yep, there we go. Get out of here. Okay, so that would go on here. But I also need to add... Whoa. Okay, this has changed. Apparently this just always pops out like that. I mean, that's fine. I don't... It doesn't matter. I mean, yeah, it's not in the way or anything. I probably actually do like that. And then... No, that will work. Okay, so if we do cable... I was hoping that would... I was hoping that would just do whatever MV circuit, but apparently not. Maybe, is this like a specific thing? Oh, I don't like that. That now moves it? Ooh, I don't like that. No, because I like having those up there. Okay, I don't know if that's intended, but that's annoying. Don't like it. No, ma'am. Do not like that. But welcome to updates. Learning new things. I don't really follow the development of the pack, so a lot of this stuff is all brand new to me. Sodium. Oh, that's right. I was going to sort out sodium. I do not have sodium sorted. Also, I don't want to turn all that sodium hydroxide because I use that as well. Alright, so we'll probably set up a thing over by my item. The problem is trying to get all this stuff fixed so I can start autocrafting everything up again. Also, I noticed that's really cool. It shows if you have a pump or a conveyor on it, which I do a lot. You can see there's a pump on there. You can see what we have. Also, super tanks now have an output, and there is an overflow you can void, which that's amazing. Voids all fluids that enter tank. Voids all excess fluid. Wait. Oh, that's really cool. Basically, this little setup that I have to void... Yeah, I don't need that anymore. I don't need a trash can there. I can just set this. This is a void, basically. I basically just have this to void anything the electrolyzer does that I don't need, and if I want to just put stuff in there, it'll void it. But it also has fluid output, lock fluid, input fluid from output side. Like, really, really cool quality of life stuff. Okay, so let me do that. We'll get to this though. This is for alumina, but now I need sodium for... I don't even know what we needed it for. What do we need it for? Why do we need it in cables? Now why do we have... What's the sodium for? I already... Is it that? Did I... Yeah, I may have done that. The Certus. I think I have it set to use... like this recipe for the quartz, the crystals. Okay, so I haven't sorted out the sodium yet, but I have gone ahead and put together the chemical reactors that we're going to need. Also, I fixed the recipes for the heat exchangers. The change was this went from an LV circuit to an HV circuit, so that was a nerf. But this went from needing the reactor heat exchanger to just a basic heat exchanger. So it used to be, I used to have to do that one. So craft that one, then that one, then that one. But now it just requires the first one. So figured that out. And this one, I don't know why it's changed, but basically just the components have moved around. The recipe is exactly the same, except for the location in the crafting grid. So yeah, I don't know. I don't know why that changed, but just thought I would point that out. And still getting used to having these buttons here now. Okay, so there is that. Now, as I was looking at this recipe for the silicon, gone ahead and we put our silicon with our chlorine and got our silicon tetrachloride. As I was looking at this, I realized I think this is like... I think this is fully... like, you get the resources back to put them back in. So the silicon tetrachloride, we need 4 chlorine and the 1 raw silicone. But this one, we add the 4 sodium to that, and then we get the 1 silicon and the 8 salt. But the 8 salt, if we put that in an electrolyzer, will give us back our 4 sodium and our 4 chlorine. So I don't think we need to... we can just have it... The only thing we're adding to it is the silicon. We're getting the sodium and the chlorine back. I thought that was going to be a little bit... Well, I thought I was going to have to farm sodium, which we're going to have to get sodium for my crystals, I think. The Certus crystals and stuff, but let me get this first. So we'll just do that, because I kind of love... I love the arrows. So what I'm thinking is, usually I do everything up top. I don't usually do this, but I thought it would be kind of fitting if we just threw it under here. So we're going to get the output bus is here. So we add sodium to that. We'll get our output bus there. Then we will pull out the silicon grade, this stuff. We'll throw that in the A system with an interface. I can't craft that up yet though, until I get everything sorted. And then we'll put the salt in there. That will turn into the sodium and the chlorine. We will pump the sodium back out into this input bus, and then we will fluid output that into this hatch. And I think that will work. I just do need... I need 16 sodium. Or I have 4 of those. I put 16 chlorine in the thing. So that's how I ended up with that. So I'll probably do 16 sodium. Although, I'm going to have to figure out how I want to get this. Because sodium sulfate, we could do that in an electrolyzer. Or a chemical reactor to get the sodium back from that process. I don't remember where I got this originally. I must have got it from... like the miner somewhere. I don't remember where I got a whole bunch of sodium, to be honest. I could process this stuff down, but this is also a bit annoying. If I want the sodium back... I don't know. I'll have to think about that. But I'll probably just... You know what? Let's just throw salt in the thing over here. Now this is just going to void the... Yeah, that'll just void that. But I don't... The chlorine thing is full over there, so that doesn't matter. Also, we'll have to remember to turn this void off if I want to keep this fluid. But usually if there's something I want to... if there's a fluid I want to keep, I'm not going to do it in this electrolyzer. This is basically just getting some stuff back. All right, so I think if we do this, now also, the cool thing is you can, oh, I forgot to, you can put the circuit on the input bus and it works for the actual machine. I think it was a 2. Was it a 2? Yeah, so 2, that creates that. That goes in there. I have the fluid hatch on there. Safe mode. I am going to throw an item detector on this, just in case the A system goes down or something like that. We're not going to be like voiding items. So we got that. We got our silicon. That do we need? Need a 1. Okay. And then I got it hooked up underneath. All right. So that is really quick. That's right. I didn't put all the sodium in there, so not going to. I just didn't want to like void anything. Okay. So if we place that, I am gonna. It looks like I will have to. Yeah, I was worried I was gonna have to throw. I thought maybe it would remember. Isn't that like a thing? Not it. No, I think that's just input from output. I was thinking, I'm like, isn't there one that's like a smart filter or something like that? That it's like, oh, this isn't a recipe in this electrolyzer. It can't go in there. But all right, so there we go. I put that back in there. Excuse me. And wait a second. Where'd the chlorine go? Oh, did it? Oh, yeah. Look, it's already done it, and it's put it back in. And there's our sodium. All right, I do want the 16 or whatever we have. But all right, I'm gonna have to put a filter on there, so let me do that. Hopefully the hopefully the recipe hasn't changed too much. I'm not noticing anything yet, but random recipes pop up that have been broken every once in a while. Okay, so insert only salt, and that should leave. Since it has nowhere else to go, it should. Let's do a priority, and then when I finally get the interface, after I finish this up, we will do that. All right, so that's, I think, done. We'll just have it like continuously running. So it's a bit slow at the moment, but I'm going to put more sodium in there too. But it does look like it is indeed working. I could even, I could put a whole stack of sodium in there. All right, so that is working kind of thing. And all right, well, I'm happy with that. I can definitely speed it up, and we will have to eventually, but for the time being, I am more than happy with that. So there we go. There is our silicone grade poly stuff. All right, so we'll throw that in the A system. Is the, I guess it is this. This is the bottleneck because it has to do that 4 times. So if I wanted to speed it up, we would do the electrolyzer, the multi-block electrolyzer. If we wanted to speed it up, I could just throw it right here. But in the meantime, just to get this going so I can craft up interfaces and stuff. Oh, I need to throw this over here as well, because eventually that will fill up. Show that with safe mode. Okay, cool. So we'll just let that run for a bit. Do I have... I don't think I did a recipe for the ingots. All right, let me do this. Grade poly. Yeah, I don't like how that moves everything. It's totally screwed up my things for making recipes. Okay, so that we don't need, that we don't need, that we don't need, that we don't need. Okay, cool. Yeah, that's totally screwed everything up. But also, I need to name the blast furnace recipes. Although it is... Oh, that's it. Oh, right. I had that toggled. This only shows... it only shows interfaces that have empty slots. That's why I was like, where is all my ingots? But we only had room in that one, so... That... Yeah. Silicon. Grade. I don't even know how long that recipe takes. I didn't even look. Holy. That is way slower than I thought that would be. But I mean, okay, we are running at LUV, so it's not that terrible yet. Okay, but plate recipe. This is the interface 1. Bending 1. Also, did these foils change now that I'm just thinking about it? Did the foil... Because the other one changed. No, it's still a plate to the foil. I wasn't sure if there was a direct ingot to foil. Because, like, the wires. Okay, so that is that. And then, okay, I think that is everything. I just need to figure out my sodium. I could process all this sodalite down in the electrolyzer. Maybe I'll do that for a bunch of the sodium. We'll just process everything down, but fortunately it is a bit slow. Well, it is on an HV one, so it's not going to be super fast. Oh, right. I don't have... I was going to add an interface to that, but I hadn't got around to it yet. Right. Okay, so I technically need 2 interfaces. Gonna work. Alright, cool. Alright, so I think we got it. This is gonna take a little bit of time because I wasn't quite prepared for that, but we will do that over here. We'll just slowly build up the silicon. I have no idea how much of this stuff. We'll just keep going for a while. I mean, I guess... I don't know. Is the raw silicon what we use for the... Okay, so that is not... It doesn't look like that is used for... What are the wafers, again? Are these... That is... Nope, so it is changed. They did change the... What is that? I don't like that. Okay, so the recipe has changed to something here. Well, that's a pain. Alright, well, that's not terrible. Alright, so as we can see, we are... we are seeing stuff that is changing on here. But that is that silicone grade stuff. So I am going to have to probably speed this up. But anyway, that will work. So yeah, it is fun seeing all the new things here. And we'll just continue to sort stuff out now that I think I've fixed or sorted out most of my ASIF. We still have to figure out sodium. But anyway, we will get back to that again next episode. So thanks for watching, and have a good one.